Hello everyone, it's Juniper Mystique. I am a Divine Master, Ascension Master, Psychic, and many titles. I'm coming to you today to bring another volume in my Missing Persons and Unsolved Cases series. With this series, I am going to be speaking about Missy Bevers. Her case has been unsolved since 2016. It has been covered by many other outlets many times over, and still really no progress was made on the case. I have not watched everything. All I did was research who she was and what happened to her on what date. There was actually even surveillance video of the partial video, I should say, of the circumstance. However, I don't go off of all of that, and I won't be providing you all those details. I am a channel, a divine guide, as I said, and a psychic. I am a master healer. I channeled the Creator, and I also channeled Missy Bevers. I have done this more than one time, as I usually do, to get confirmation. So I will begin speaking of who she was and what I see happened to her. Missy Bevers, or Bevers, I believe is how it was pronounced. Her first name is actually Terry. Was born on August 9th, 1970, in the city of Graham, Texas. She was the middle child in her family. She was born Terry Leanne Strickland, but went by the nickname Missy for most of her life. She married Brandon Bevers and went on to become a teacher and then a mother. Then she became a fitness instructor. And shortly after that, at the age of 45 years old, she was killed in Creekside Church, Texas. Her murder happened on April 18th, 2016. She was actually inside of a church when she was murdered, getting ready to perform her course because she was teaching fitness as she had loved it for herself. So those are the facts of the case that I have really held on to, that I looked up so that I can know who she was. Now I will get into what I channeled about her and what she actually told me because she came forward. Missy Bevers' murder, according to her, was a setup. According to her, it was planned about 4 months prior, or began planning it about 4 months prior. She went in that day to begin her course and did not know it was coming. She shows me that there was money involved. There was a life insurance policy, or at least a couple possible. Possibly multiple, she says. And it was a hitman, but not a professional one necessarily. There was affairs, and she does believe that the last one was her best friend. She confronted her husband about wanting a divorce. This is what she is telling me. He got angry about the divorce pending. She tells me that her husband, Brandon Bevers, held a lot of resentment. He felt a lot of resentment towards her. Okay, this does kind of go back and forth a little bit because it was channeled, so I'm giving it to you exactly as I was given. I was shown, and I felt that she was struck about 26 times. It was 24 to 26. I feel like a couple of them might have combined into one. Struck or stabbed is the feeling I get. Something stabbed her, but it felt so powerful. It was a shock to her. It was not her time to go. The husband was the beneficiary. He was the one who planned it, and he knows the person who did it. The name that I received a few times over now is Joe or John Espinoza. There was some rumors apparently that the person in the video was a female. However, it is not a female. It is very much so a male, and every time I would say that or feel that, I would get chills all the way up and down. That is my recognition and confirmation from Spirit. However, there are at least 3 people who know what happened to her. She also shows me that the killer kept the murder weapon and probably still has it to this day. Or at least he got rid of it years later, so he hung on to it for quite some time. It may have ended up in a dumpster somewhere not near the location. She was actually becoming scared months prior, is what she told me, if not weeks. She began becoming uncomfortable, felt uneasy, and feared for her safety at times. And she does say that she spoke out to people about this, including one of those being her best friend. Terry, Missy, was a go-getter. She knew how to get things done. She was a firecracker. She loved feeling healthy. She loved being beautiful. She so wanted to spread that cheer and love and healthiness and body positivity as well as strength and encourage those to make the changes they needed to make. She loved being a mom. That was her best life accomplishment. But she had more ambitions. She was not ready to go. She wanted to continue on the path of owning her own business and inspiring others to take their power and use it to be strong and resilient. But she couldn't wait to be a grandma someday. She really was ready for that someday. Again, she reiterated that it was not a female. It is a male, Joe or John Espinoza. He got roughly $8,000 for it. There were a couple life insurance policies that she's pointing to. At one time, there were 3 of them. I don't know clearly if they were all 3 in play in the end, but she said one was actually created and brought about just months prior. I also asked her why there was not much of an investigation, because that's what it seems like. And she actually just said it was a non-complacent police department. They had bigger and better things to do and deal with than they truly just didn't care. They got close to following the correct leads, she said, and then just didn't take any further steps. They just wanted the media off their back, and that was that. I also do believe and feel that her husband may have had ties within the community. She is showing me again that her husband blamed her for a lot of things, and it made him feel less than many, many times over. Made him feel inadequate. That's how he felt next to her. He resented her. That is the words she used. There were multiple affairs, she says, and not all on her part. They were mostly on his. In the end, I don't think she cared. By the end, she was done. She wanted out. She wanted a better life. She wanted to grow. She wanted to be free and feel beautiful and feel worthy. For all the hard work she put into herself and into others and recognized for it, rather than resented for what it was. Those are the details that she gave me for the case that need to come out. She's also saying now her father-in-law is also somebody who may know all of the details. I do believe the police began looking into things and then just stopped. They felt like it was a waste of their time for whatever reason. I do not believe the suspect had ties to the police. I just believe he was willing to do what it took to kill this person for money. He may closely know the husband as well. There may be a tight relationship there. It's almost like a best friend, somebody he's known for a while at least. And then she also shows me that there's no coincidences that he was not around. So I do believe he had an alibi of some sort where he was out of town. There is no coincidence. That was all planned. This was a planned situation. It was a hired hitman. Not the best of hitman, she says, just a non-complacent investigation. She shows me that she spends a lot of time watching over her kids and her loved ones and watching them grow and change and learn and be the people they were meant to be. She does also show me that they were pretty safe, even afterwards. That was a big deal to her. She had so much life left in her. She was very strong and still had a lot to give. However, she still does things on the other side, she says. She teaches, she loves, she helps those that need to help. And she also helps people cross over, is what she says. So she is very happy, she is at peace, and she still continues to do what she needs to do. She's a beautiful soul, and I thank her so very much for coming towards me today. She does say, actually, there will be justice. Justice will be served. She just told me that. So I hold space for that. I can only give you what was given to me. The rest remains to be seen. I allow her light to shine the way it needs to shine, and allow what needs to occur to occur. She loves the words beauty and grace and poise. The rest is just playing in the rat race, and that's what she said. So again, I thank her for coming forward today. I hope this brings peace to her story and allows what needs to surface. That is my goal. May she shine in beauty, even on the other side. So much love to all of you. Until next time.